All right, next up, we're going to talk about Cameron and some thoughts that he has for Larsa Pippen. Speaking of Larsa Pippen, referenced her in the previous topic. So Cameron, of course, has the It Is What It Is show with Mace. They largely talk about sports on their show. I find it to be wildly entertaining. Cameron, to me, is a funny guy to listen to speak. And they recently got on the subject of Larsa Pippen, because if you do not know, Larsa Pippen is dating one of the sons of Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan was out somewhere publicly with his wife one time, and he was surrounded by paparazzi. And one of the paparazzos asked him how he felt about his son dating Larsa Pippen and if he was okay with it. And Michael Jordan said no. That's all he did. He didn't elaborate. He just said no and walked into the car. And so people are commenting on the fact that Michael Jordan said no, he doesn't approve of his son dating Larsa Pippen. One of those people commenting on it is Cameron, hence this clip from the It Is What It Is show. So we are going to play this clip and hear this exchange briefly, and then we are going to comment on this topic. This is somewhat tangential to the topic that we just discussed before. So here we go.
Unbelievable.
Michael Jordan said he doesn't approve of Larsa's relationship with his son. On her podcast, she said she was traumatized. She said it wasn't funny and that she was embarrassed, especially after she's been telling people MJ was okay with it. Thoughts?
Did you see the video?
Yeah, Mike said no.
To me, Scotty's been handling this like a trooper. We ain't hear him lash out when it was Future.
Yeah.
We ain't hear him lash out when it was the other nigga she was fucking with. Now you fucking with a teammate's son.
Would you date Larsa?
She could suck my dick. I want to go out with her. She could top me. Definitely throw me some top. I go back and listen to good Future.
But you gotta go. You gotta take her to the movies or something.
Nah, why would I do all that? For what?
Well, I mean, for that to happen, you gotta go somewhere.
Future said he fucked her in his Gucci flip-flops outside the studio. Future ain't say he took her to dinner. He ain't say he did none of this. Go, you know what? See, y'all think I'm making this up. Go listen to the song Gucci Flip-Flops. And he tell you how the whole shit went, the first verse. I ain't hear dinner, nothing. Y'all never hear the gun.
Would you like to know how?
Yeah. That's a good one.
All right, so Cameron has a place for Larsa Pippen, and I'm guessing women like Larsa Pippen. Women like Larsa Pippen.
That's right.
And that clip gives you all that you need to know about how he feels about where Larsa Pippen's place ought to be. I thought this was rather enlightening. How about you?
Yeah, I thought it was also very humorous. Hey, listen, man. Women like Larsa Pippen. Let's say that, right? Now, what are women like Larsa Pippen? Let me qualify my version of this. So, women like Larsa Pippen because honestly, I don't know what she does. I don't know who she is. I keep hearing whenever I scold these women for whatever, whoever I'm talking to or about this with, because they're telling me about some housewives thing or something, some women from that lifestyle. I'm like, what do they do? Oh, some of them entrepreneurs, some of them this, some of them that, and this. And it's just like, man, then, later on you be hearing how some of those girls be scamming. And, that's what I was saying about in the last one. People just be scamming to get on. This woman here, I don't know what she does, but she climbs, the ladder of penises and just starts hopping from wherever. She knows how to do it well. She navigates the waters well. Everybody done had it. She knows how to get had. She knows where to be. So she has that down to a science. She's pretty good at that. And I'm pretty sure she's good at other things that are bedroom related, which is why Cameron's not in the wrong for saying that she can perform fellatio. So I'm in a mindset of, hey, you know, if a duck's gonna quack, a squirrel's gonna squirrel, a dog's gonna bark, a cat's gonna meow, and Larsa Pippen's gonna blow somebody off. So why not be next in line? No, I'll do that. Dudes be getting it for free. Why would I pay? Literally anything. So he's not in the wrong for doing that. So yeah, women that live in that world, you know, their modus operandi is to get money out of the guy or status or something. They're basically being vampiric. Now, if you want to go out and vampire slay because you know that that's a vampire and you just want to go do that real quick for a good kill, go do that, you know. But you don't go lay in the bed with a vampire. You don't marry a vampire, because next thing you know, you're going to get sucked dry. So how about you, bro? Oh, literally and figuratively. So how about you, bro? How do you feel about this situation? Do you agree with Sir Cameron here, letting it fly?
Yeah, I think the term that you were looking for, she's a professional social climber. That's what she is. Mm-hmm. She is very good at infiltrating high society environments and using her looks, if you are into looks such as those of hers. I'm not saying I am, just saying, to socially make her way to the top. She's a professional social climber. That's what she is. And I firmly believe that the reason why women like this do everything with intention, the reason why she has started going younger, you know, dating guys like Malik Beasley and now Michael Jordan's son. I think Michael Jordan's son, I think if either one of those guys are over 30, they're just over 30. They may have just recently hit like 30, 31, something like that. And the reason why she's going younger is because younger dudes tend to not know any better. They don't even understand when they are being simpish when they're doing it. All they see is hips and ass. And an allegedly pretty, right, and an surgery clad hips and ass, mind you, but hips and ass nevertheless. And an allegedly pretty face. They don't understand how they look and what they are projecting into the world based upon their association with her until they have gotten older and more wise. And if you throw into that mix the fact that men like, well, not Malik Beasley, but Jordan's son for sure, came up in a world of privilege where it wasn't necessarily incumbent upon them to gain some of these valuable social skills at an earlier age, they are subject to being victimized by people who are savvy enough to extract them for their resources, such as Larsa Pippen. And for Cameron, I think he is saying, understand the place that women like this need to reside and have them stay there. Don't pay Mercedes-Benz prices for a used Honda Civic. That is a mistake that is unbecoming of any man in this world, much less one who comes from a place of prestige and value. And I'm sorry, anyone who doesn't agree with this, but Larsa Pippen, much like other women who come from this walk of life, see Brittany Renner, for example, they've made it their business to be public with the fact that they are industry women. And industry women, first of all, women who are publicly known to have done this kind of thing are already lessened in value just by the nature of what it is that they're doing. But when you have gone public with it and done it at the level in which you're doing it in an industry such as that, a toxic industry like professional sports and hip hop, your value is, you're downstream with your value. You just are. I'm sorry. And so for any guy to engage in any kind of relationship with a woman like that, you, sir, are lessening your own value. And so I feel like Cameron is saying, I'm not about that life. So I'm not paying Benz and Range Rover prices for a used Honda Civic. a CRV, a Lincoln Town car. Like, I'm not doing that. If you're
Prism.
Yeah, a Scion. If if you're a Lincoln Town car, I'm paying Lincoln Town car prices, i.e., she can top me off. Take her to the movies for what? For what? Future didn't take her to the movies. He had her laid up in his house, smashing it for free while she was still a married woman. So it's not even like she was single with the baggage. She was still married with the baggage. And as toxic and problematic as Future's rhetoric is, he at least knew, I'm not finna do that. That's crazy. So it's like, know the role that women need to, well, certain women, not all, know the role that women like Larsa Pippen ought to play juxtaposed to who you are and what you've achieved in life, and act accordingly. And you can say what you want about Cameron and the lyrics in his music and all of that kind of stuff. As far as I know, the chick who he's been with, there's no history of her doing this stuff, not that I know of. Anybody in the comments, if I'm wrong, you can correct me on that. But I remember him snatching this chick. Now, she was an industry chick from the standpoint that she was modeling in videos and all of that kind of stuff. But in terms of the public baggage, you know, Larsa Pippen been with this NBA player and that NBA player, this rapper and that rapper. You got people like Brittany Renner writing books, exposing people like Ozzy Vert and Colin Kaepernick for no reason other than for her own financial gain. And to just engage in a smear campaign on these guys. She wasn't on that. Cameron's chick wasn't on none of that. And now he's doing his thing on his own podcast. He knows what the deal is. So, you know, women like that need to be kept in the place in which they belong. And it ties into the first topic that we talked about, where men need to understand the power that they have, and understand that it doesn't need to be taken away from you lest you allow it to be taken away from you. In my opinion, Malik Beasley allowed his power to be taken away from him because he looks like a fool. To me, Malik Beasley looks like a simp. To me, he does. Zion Williamson has ceded all of his power. He looks like a complete and utter simp. And Michael Jordan's son, I would assume, much to the dismay of his father, is no different. And it's unfortunate because they had nothing but everything to lose in these situations and nothing to gain. Whereas for Larsa Pippen, it was the complete opposite. She had everything to gain and nothing to lose, because you already know what her baggage is. So what is there for her to lose in this equation? Nothing. She only has shit to gain. Don't cede her the ability to gain what she wants. So I like what Cameron had to say, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree with this. And the thing that she is benefiting from this, but the other person that's benefiting from this is Marcus Jordan. Now, with all of this stuff going on, Marcus Jordan's name has been floating around quite often. Now, this guy's been completely irrelevant, so much so I didn't even know his name was Marcus. Now, I know Jordan had sons who played ball. You know, one of them went to UCF, right?
Yeah,
that one, right?
Yeah.
This one here, right?
Yeah,
this was the one.
I think so.
I think this was the one that could play. I think this is the one that was decent, but I could be wrong. But that's how much I don't know about these guys.
Right.
I think that proves my point there.
Right.
And so I really don't know what this guy is about, but he's going to be a staple now. So, you know, this is where she's at now. She's got so much leverage in the game that she can go, hey, we can get a TV show. We can do this. We can do that. There's royalties. There's residuals for this. You know, we can set you up for that. This woman's doing business. This is business for her. So, yeah, she's winning too. But this guy's also, I think he's looking at dollar signs, being well known. You know, he probably grew up watching this reality stuff. He wants to be a reality guy. You know, being all the blogs. He's in all the blogs now. He's dealing with a blog woman. It's like dealing with a Jenner.
I hate it so much. I hate it.
You're
right, but I hate. You're right, but I hate it.
Yeah, and this is part of the game. And so, because I'm sitting here, there's some basketball channels I listen to on YouTube, and one of the guys was talking about you know, not this situation, but just the whole Pippen situation. And they're talking about what Marcus, you know, is, you know, clapping back at his dad or sending subliminals at his dad. It's like, what's going on here? And this guy's been quiet forever. Now he's making all this noise. Why are you choosing to do this to your dad, bro? So at this point, this is becoming intentional to me. So this ain't no happenstance. This ain't no whoop-de-whoop. Nah, man, I always wanted to hit that. I'm pretty sure there's a degree of that, but I think there's a degree of I'm trying to make plays for myself, and I'm trying to make a name for myself type of thing. And I think that's what he's trying to play up in this whole situation. So Cameron don't need that kind of play. You know, he's not that kind of dude. He don't need that. And if he is ever associated with her, he's the type of guy that would want his name associated with just getting face from him, not a guy who actually tricked off on this. So that's why I don't blame him. How would I play it? You would ask. That's a good question. I would follow the Cameron route. but because I wouldn't do the mark. This girl trying to get pregnant. I don't know if you've seen that thing. She talking about freezing eggs and doing all. She trying to get it. She trying to get into the Jordan family, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and so man. I think that's where you know, Michael's at this point of, hey, this is too far. Hey, you can hit that, you can whatever. So he ain't had no problem. But once all these things came out with her talking about some possibly having a kid and all this other jive, then when he was asked about it now he's like, nah, I ain't for this. So that's why they're like, oh, he's doubling back. No, he's not for this crap. You can hit her, bro. But you trying to bring her to the family? You know this. You know what she just did to Scotty? She trying to get the Jordan dollars. So whatever powers that be that put her up to this, to extract and tax the Jordan brand, it's gonna happen if Marcus lets it happen. And when Jordan passes stuff down, guess who's gonna be taxing that family? You know, her and her people. So hopefully he can see the bigger picture and see how he getting played instead of busting off in her vagina. Oh no, don't say it. He should just do the Cameron route and just leave it near her silicone lips.
Marcus Jordan is 32 and he is the one who went to UCF. Okay. And Malik Beasley is 26. So neither one of them have a clue. But Malik Beasley, 26, he never stood a chance. He never had a chance. It's just I know you're right. And again, this speaks to the point that you made in the previous topic also about morality being profitable. It pays to not live by a code. Yeah, it pays to not care. Like a code, like I don't care what her baggage is or what she's done or how this makes me look or how it might sully my family name. Right. I'm going to be able to get TV shows and movies and streaming shows and podcast dollars out of this. Right. So I'm throwing morality out the door. Right. And I think that is modern men's greatest flaw. That is the thing that's going to directly lead to the ruination of men today, is a lack of a will overall to be principled. Like you can be principled and come into a bag. It just takes planning and execution and work ethic. It can be done. It's possible. Look at your own father. Like it can be done, but what we don't want anymore, our society today is just so self-absorbed and narcissistic. All we care about is how the immediate environment around us affects us, and we don't give a shit about how our actions affect us internally as well as our immediate environment. We're just such narcs. We don't give consideration to those things. And so one of the results of not caring about that is not considering the idea that it might be becoming of you as an individual to develop some sense of morality or have some code to live by, something that wakes you up in the morning with purpose and says, these are some of the things that I'm not willing to stand for, and these are some of the things that I'm willing to slide, because it is what it is. But to just not have a code, period, that to me is incomprehensible. But I'm not of that mindset, clearly. And I don't, I also don't come from the generation of lacking in principles or a code. And when you don't lack in principles or a code, the notion that you're going to sully your name by being with a woman like Larsa Pippen doesn't occur to you, because to you, there is no such thing as baggage. There's no such thing as lessened value. It doesn't exist. To you, this woman is a Mercedes-Benz, even though in actuality, she indeed has the value of a used Honda Civic. But there is no notion of value to you because codes or lack thereof have prohibited you from understanding the value of having some sort of principled reality or rubric to live by. And, I guess at this point I'm engaging in righteous indignation, and that's all good. I'm still going to be able to sleep at night. It just concerns me. It bothers me because there's so many of these dudes out here who not only do they not live by a code, but they don't even understand that there should even be a code that they like. Do you know what I mean? Like the thought of living by a code doesn't even occur to them. It doesn't occur. It doesn't. That's not.
Uh-oh. Is it me or him? I think JV.
That's what the world would benefit from. No, I think I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, that's something that should be heeded more. But yeah, I get it. Immorality rather pays. That's how you get to a bag in 2023 is not caring and not having a code. So why would he consider not being with Larsa? What difference does it make? I'm doing my thing and I'm getting to this money. And for me, it's sad, although I understand it. But I would still contend that people like Cameron had the right idea.
Yeah, and that's why what American culture is no culture. And if there is no culture, there is no code. Black America really ain't got no culture, So there's really no code. Ask the street dudes, they doing anything. There's really no codes. Anybody is doing anything at all times. Like you always say, this is social anarchy. It's really social anarchy right now. And everybody is doing whatever the hell they want. So you got people living with no code because they don't have no culture. And on top of that, they gave people drugs called clout. So this guy is willing to throw his own dad under the bus for clout. So I don't have no code, so ain't nothing to break it. So that's what I'm saying. It's a domino thing with these people when they doing this weird stuff. And because there's no way, bro. I'll never do that to my dad. There's so many women out there, and I'm the son of Jordan. But you know what I'm saying? When you growing up and you ain't got the social awareness, yeah, you fall into this very local situation. You've known this person for a long time, and you get into this. What, you ain't no options, bro? This is the best you can get. You can even get a younger person from this type of lifestyle. If you wanted to be, on TV and Housewives and why don't you get somebody that's got fertile seeds that ain't got to put them in freezers? Boy, you look crazy. So for Cameron to dunk on this whole situation like this, you goddamn right. And we did speak on the Marcus Jordan situation earlier when it first came out, but I just laughed it off like he was just hitting it. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just in line like Future and Beasley and them. You know what I'm saying? But this guy's actually playing this out, actually really cuffing and caping for her. And it's like, bro, please, bro, you look crazy, dude. But hey, it's a new world, man. And clout is what these people are really good. People will do anything for clout. They'll falsify a whole kidnapping for clout. So, hey, man.
Literally.
Wait.
Literally.
Yeah.
2024, bring it, man. Why not? Literally, there's going to be fire and brimstone flying from the sky. I know it.
Yeah. Seas will be boiling.
Seas will be turning red.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. The seas were as blood, like they said in The Mummy. Yeah, no, it's all. And if you believe in any of this global warming stuff, the seas are already boiling. So,
and full of plastic.
It is. It is what it is, man. I wish I could flick a switch and just make every man have some kind of life mission statement. I wish I could do that. I do. I don't care what your mission statement is. Just damn it, have one. And it's so many of these people. It's more important for men to have a mission statement because the implications of a man's mission statement extend far greater than a woman's mission statement. I'm sorry, it just does. And so I wish I could do that. I wish I had the power to do that. I don't, unfortunately. But, you know, what are you going to do? I don't know.
I just made it happen.
Shouts out to Cameron and the It Is What It Is show for the content, man. Keep your head up, Marcus. Keep your head up, bro.